Black Mirror's signature form of dark storytelling was back on display in Season 7's second episode, and the conclusion of Bete Noire was a thrilling yet sinister way to wrap up Maria and Verity's story. Despite going to the same high school, the duo were never close, raising instant alarms for Maria when Verity showed up at her workplace. While her arrival is seemingly nothing more than an innocent taste test, Verity soon reveals that she is actually applying for a job vacancy, which is where Black Mirror Season 7 starts to change Bete Noire's atmosphere into an unsettling mystery. What starts as Maria simply being cautious around Verity turns into her life unraveling. Despite Maria being confident about things like the name of the chicken shop her boyfriend used to work at and the language she uses in her emails, she is proven wrong over and over. Unfortunately, Maria can't prove that her former classmate is changing things, with Verity even managing to alter CCTV footage. This leads to an explosive climax and an interesting reveal that helps make the 7th installment one of Black Mirror's best seasons yet. Verity used a quantum computer to alter reality in Bete Noire. She used the world's infinite timelines to create a reality where everything she says always happens. Maria's suspicions about Verity weren't without substance, and she is eventually proven right during the conclusion of Bete Noire. Having finally worked out that Verity's pendant had something to do with her suspicious behavior, Maria follows her colleague home after getting fired, where she walks through a room full of computer systems. While Verity is showering, Maria sneaks into her room and finds the pendant, before Verity catches her hiding under the bed. Here Verity reveals that the pendant is just a remote to the quantum compiler in her house, which is how she is seemingly able to change reality. She explains that while it seems like things are changing, this isn't truly the case, claiming that technically it's not really changing anything. It just retunes our corporal frequency to one of the realities where whatever I've said has always been true. This explains why, despite seeing the chicken hat that reads Barney's earlier in the episode, everyone except for Maria just accepts it has always been called Bernie's, with the hat's writing even being amended. The past itself didn't change, but everyone is just wired to believe that reality is exactly what Verity says it is. She also mentions that there are infinite timelines, with Verity choosing one where Maria is the only person who knows what is really going on. Although the technical aspects can be difficult to understand, Bete Noire's conclusion is proof that Verity was altering events in Maria's life to make her look crazy, with her computer expertise allowing her to build the advanced system. The twist means that no matter how much evidence Maria puts together to prove Verity is lying, the latter will always be able to manipulate everyone into believing her so long as she holds on to her pendant. While Verity has used this to live out all sorts of hopes and dreams, she eventually decides to target Maria because of their history, but it's Maria who ends up with the pendant in the end after a chaotic ending. It's a thrilling and exciting climax that really caps off the story perfectly, and even if Bete Noire doesn't go down as one of Black Mirror's best episodes, it certainly had a unique premise that was expertly executed. How Maria took control of Verity's pendant. Maria shot Verity and used her finger to gain control of the pendant. Sienna Kelly as Maria holding Verity's pendant while blood drips from her nose in Black Mirror Bete Noire. Despite Verity's pendant having a unique design, Maria manages to take control of the system during Bete Noire's conclusion and uses it to her advantage. Midway through a scuffle, Verity uses the pendant to make the police arrive at her house, with reality now believing Maria has snapped and is trying to kill her. During her arrest, Maria desperately grabs a gun from one of the officers and shoots Verity in the head, killing her instantly as she takes cover behind the bed. While the shootout ensues, Maria manages to scurry over to the pendant and makes Verity relinquish control. Having revealed earlier that the pendant is just a remote for the system that can only be accessed using Touch ID, Maria's quick thinking sees her use Verity's finger before shouting, "The pendant works for me." Remarkably, this plan proves effective, as she is able to use the pendant to convince the police officers that Verity shot herself and that they saw it happen. From here, she alters reality to make the police work for her and declares herself the Empress of the Universe, before Bete Noire closes with her in full control of Verity's complicated system. Considering how technically sound Verity was before her death, it seems like a design flaw that Maria was able to take authority over her device so easily, but perhaps she never expected anyone to take such drastic measures. With Black Mirror finally doing sequel episodes, it doesn't seem likely that Bete Noire will get a follow-up. However, with Maria now in control of the pendant, it would be very interesting to see where her story goes next, and I'd love to find out whether she became mad with power or simply went back to her regular life. Why did Verity want to hurt Maria? Maria started a nasty rumor about Verity that stuck throughout high school. Having confessed early in the episode that she was one of several people to poke fun at Verity in high school, Maria leaves out some crucial details about just how active she was in bullying her. While Maria makes out that pretty much everyone teased Verity because she was on the nerdy side and spent a lot of time around computers, this wasn't completely accurate. A made-up story emerged about Verity supposedly performing sexual acts on her teacher, a rumor that Maria acknowledges while talking to Kay about the situation. However, she omits the fact that she started it. During their confrontation during the episode's close, Verity reveals that the rumor stuck with her throughout high school, seemingly being the single incident that resulted in her feeling so isolated. It's why she tracks down and targets Natalie initially, who reveals that Maria was actually the one who came up with the story. Although Maria tries to excuse her actions by claiming she simply came up with the allegation to get the popular kids off her back, Verity doesn't forgive her, suggesting that her reality-altering system is all about revenge. Maria's involvement in making Verity's high school experience so miserable is ultimately why she becomes her main target, with Verity hellbent on destroying her life. The reveal is a clear indication that both characters are extremely flawed and have done wrong in their lives, creating a tragic ending to Bete Noire that concludes better for Maria than her high school friend, Natalie. Who is Natalie and did Verity kill her? Verity used the pendant on Natalie before Maria, resulting in Natalie's death. A text message between Maria and Natalia wishing each other a Merry Christmas in Black Mirror Bete Noire. Natalie's role in Black Mirror's Bete Noire is fairly small, but it plays a big part in the overall reveal. While trying to research more about Verity, Maria stumbles on some old high school pictures, resulting in her messaging her old friend Natalie. Despite reading the text right away, a